They left you with nothing, and that's your greatest advantage. Because when a man has nothing, he finally sees everything. The illusions, the comfort, the weakness disguised as kindness. You've been stripped to the bone, and now you can rebuild, not as the man you were, but as the weapon you were meant to be. You want to rise, then burn sentiment, crush hesitation, forget who failed you, and remember who watched you fall. Let their silence harden you. Let your scars become strategy. Understand this. Power doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being feared correctly, from mastering emotion, not drowning in it, from making every move with purpose, precision, and quiet violence. This isn't motivation. It's a manual for your rebirth. You are not rebuilding. You are constructing dominance from ruin. Every moment of pain was data. Every betrayal, instruction. Now, it's time to rise like you never fell. Comment below, I rise through ruin. Say it, mean it. Etch it into your mind. Welcome to Machiavellian mode. Number 1. The fall. Why losing everything is the beginning of power. When you lose everything, you are forced to face yourself without distraction, without illusion, without the mask of comfort. That moment of collapse isn't destruction, it's exposure. You finally see the weakness you've been protecting and the softness you've been excusing. Most men beg for mercy when life strips them bare, but not you. You study the ashes, you learn their texture, you memorize the burn, because when you understand the anatomy of failure, you gain control over it. The man who has nothing left to lose becomes a paradox, dangerous because he's free, powerful because he's empty. The crowd pities you. Let them. Their comfort is a coffin lined with lies. Your hunger will devour them. Every loss recalibrates your instincts, refines your vision, and purifies your intent. This is the Machiavellian law of rebirth. When you are reduced to zero, you hold infinite potential. Every empire begins in ruin. Every ruler is forged in silence. You have been chosen by circumstance to rebuild without permission. You are not a victim. You are an architect of your resurrection. Comment below, my fall created my power. Say it again with conviction. Your downfall was not the end. It was your awakening. Number 2. The silence, where power begins to breathe. Silence is not absence, it's construction. In silence, power begins to breathe, strategy begins to sharpen, and identity begins to rebuild. When you stop speaking, you start hearing the things that everyone else ignores. The hidden tones, the intentions behind smiles, the patterns in betrayal. The world worships noise because noise distracts, and distraction weakens. But silence disciplines the mind and armors the soul. A Machiavellian man doesn't seek validation in chaos. He studies it quietly, calculating the moment to strike. Every second of silence is a blade being sharpened in the dark. You don't need to announce your return. You don't need to prove your worth. The one who speaks least controls most. The one who watches learns fastest. The one who disappears strategically becomes the one they can never predict. Remember this. Isolation is not punishment. It's purification. You are detoxing from mediocrity, from weakness, from the constant noise of people who will never build anything but excuses. In the silence, you will reconstruct your hierarchy, your values, your strength, your focus. You will learn to love stillness the way others love attention, because stillness is where power regenerates, and patience is where dominance is born. A man who can sit alone, unmoved, unbothered, becomes unstoppable. The masses need applause to feel alive. You need only purpose. While they chase distraction, you cultivate precision. While they talk, you plan. While they decay, you evolve. Every moment of solitude is a signal to the universe that you are rewriting your reality on your own terms. So when they finally notice your silence, it'll be too late. You'll already have become untouchable. Comment below, my silence builds empires. Say it with absolute calm. Because in a world that fears quiet men, your silence will echo louder than their noise. This is where your ascent truly begins. Inside the stillness they ran from, you are becoming what they never could. Number 3, the recalibration. Turning emotion into calculation. Pain is data. Every sting, every betrayal, every silent night where rage clawed at your chest is raw intelligence waiting to be processed. The weak drown in emotion because they never learn to analyze it. You will not repeat their mistake. The Machiavellian mind doesn't reject emotion, it weaponizes it. Every surge of anger is potential power. Every drop of fear is hidden foresight. You must become a scientist of your own psychology, dissecting every feeling with surgical precision. When you feel pain, study it. When you feel envy, trace its root. When you feel rage, extract its lesson. Emotions are not enemies. They are signals. The difference between slaves and strategists is interpretation. The emotional man reacts. The calculating man recalibrates. He feels deeply but never loses control. His calm is a mask. Beneath it, gears turn. He lets no emotion dictate his behavior, but uses all emotion to fuel it. Mastering yourself is the highest form of power, because once your emotions obey you, the world follows. The calm man terrifies the chaotic. The composed man controls the impulsive. The unreadable man dominates them all. You will feel pain again, but this time it will not break you. It will instruct you. Every emotional storm is an opportunity to refine your control, deepen your patience, and reinforce your purpose. You will train your feelings to align with your mission. No wasted energy, no unnecessary reaction, no emotional leakage. Every movement deliberate, every response calculated. You will transform chaos into clarity and agony into accuracy. This is emotional alchemy, turning your inner disorder into disciplined fire. You won't suppress emotion, you will command it. Your calm will be dangerous, your focus surgical, your presence magnetic. Comment below, my emotions obey my ambition. Say it now and again, because the moment your emotions serve your strategy, you become untouchable, unstoppable, and utterly Machiavellian. Number 4, the strategy of isolation, building power in the shadows. Isolation is not loneliness. It is recalibration, reconstruction, and rebirth. The crowd fears silence because it forces them to face themselves. They crave distraction because it protects them from reflection. But you are different. You have entered the dark laboratory where empires are built unseen. Isolation is your forge, your monastery, your war room. Every second alone is a negotiation between who you were and who you are becoming. You are no longer a participant in the noise. You are the observer above it. The Machiavellian mind understands that visibility is vulnerability. When you are seen too much, you are studied too much. When you are studied too much, you are predictable. Power thrives in obscurity. You will disappear not as retreat, but as repositioning. You will cultivate silence as your armor and distance as your advantage. While they chase validation, you chase clarity. While they seek comfort, you seek control. The crowd exchanges attention for identity. You exchange solitude for supremacy. Every night alone is a council meeting between your mind and your ambition. You are pruning weak habits, burning emotional excess, sharpening your intent. Isolation is the purification of your purpose. It strips away every distraction until only strength remains. In solitude, you will become invisible to the mediocre and unforgettable to the powerful. You will study human nature from afar, understanding patterns, learning leverage, decoding behavior. You will learn to move without noise, to plan without witnesses, to win without applause. A man who can isolate himself voluntarily becomes a god among men enslaved by their need for company. Solitude creates separation, and separation creates superiority. They will call you cold because they cannot comprehend calculated detachment. Let them. The more they misunderstand you, the safer your plans remain. When you return, you will be unrecognizable. Your silence will speak louder than their shouting. You will carry an aura that demands respect without words. This is the power of isolation, the transformation of invisibility into influence. You will emerge not seeking validation, but commanding it. Comment below. My solitude is my strategy. Say it until you feel the steel forming in your spirit, because when you learn to build alone, no one can ever dismantle you. You rise in shadows so that when the light finally finds you, you are already untouchable, already unstoppable, already complete. Number 5. The art of cold observation, reading people without revealing yourself. Power begins with perception, and perception begins with silence. To dominate any environment, you must first learn to see what others overlook. The average man listens to words. The Machiavellian man listens to patterns. He studies tone, posture, pacing, pauses, micro-expressions, the tiny betrayals of the face that reveal the truth behind every mask. You must understand this. People rarely say what they mean, they reveal it. The untrained mind gets lost in emotion. The trained observer collects data. Your job is to become unreadable while reading everyone else. You move through conversations like a shadow, asking nothing directly, but learning everything indirectly. You let others talk because talkers expose themselves. Every word they speak is a confession. You will never argue, never over-explain, never defend. You will respond with minimal words and maximum precision. Every time you stay silent, you force others to reveal more. The more you listen, the more control you gain. In a world addicted to reaction, the calm observer becomes the invisible ruler. This is cold power, the ability to predict people without them ever understanding how you do it. When you master observation, manipulation becomes unnecessary because you already know what moves they will make before they make it. The fool shows his cards to feel relevant. The strategist studies the entire table before placing his bet. Learn to detach your emotions while analyzing people. If they flatter you, ask yourself what they want. If they insult you, ask yourself why they feel threatened. Everyone is playing a game of leverage. The difference is that most don't know they are. You will. You will learn to see the invisible strings that move human behavior. Ego, insecurity, desire, fear. Every gesture, every glance, every reaction gives you a piece of the blueprint. When you know what someone craves, you own them. When you know what they fear, you control them, but never reveal that you know. Power concealed is power multiplied. The greatest advantage is not superiority, it's unpredictability. The moment they think they understand you, you lose leverage. So, become unreadable. Control your facial expressions, your tone, your rhythm. Give nothing away. When they expect warmth, give neutrality. When they expect weakness, give indifference. When they expect explanation, give silence. Be polite but detached. Be kind but calculating. Your calm presence will unsettle the insecure and expose the manipulative. They will question your intentions, misinterpret your silence, and project their own fears onto you. And that's exactly what you want. The more they guess, the more they reveal. The art of cold observation is the art of controlled invisibility. You are not reacting to the world, you are studying it, decoding it, mastering it. You are no longer human to them, you are mystery, and mystery is magnetic. Comment below, I see without being seen. Let it echo in your mind until you feel your awareness sharpen. Because once you learn to read people without revealing yourself, you hold the ultimate advantage. Foresight without exposure, dominance without noise, and control without confrontation. Number 6. The mask of control. Using perception as a weapon. Power is not about force, it's about control. The Machiavellian man understands that the world doesn't respond to truth, it responds to perception. The mask of control is the art of shaping that perception until the world bends to your design. You must never allow others to see chaos in you, even when it's there. Your exterior must remain unbreakable, calm, deliberate, collected. Every emotion must be filtered through the discipline of your purpose. The mask is not deceit, it is discipline expressed through demeanor. People are drawn to order, and your mask will represent that order in a world addicted to disorder. When others lose composure, you remain composed. When they speak impulsively, you answer strategically. Your calm presence becomes unsettling to those ruled by emotion, and that unease becomes your advantage. Every leader, conqueror, and tactician has mastered this art, the mask that conceals fear while projecting control. You must understand that appearances move nations, influence minds, and shape destinies. The man who appears confident, even in uncertainty, becomes the gravitational center of his environment. The crowd looks for stability, and they will find it in your eyes if you learn to hold still when others tremble. Control begins with energy. Move slowly, speak less, breathe evenly, and let your body communicate what words cannot. Your energy will speak volumes before your mouth opens. The disciplined man doesn't react. He responds. He doesn't prove his worth. He projects it. The mask of control is not fake. It is focused. It's the deliberate choice to govern what you present to the world. When you master this, others will trust your judgment even when they don't understand your reasoning. Influence grows from perception, and perception grows from consistency. Be predictable in your strength, but unpredictable in your strategy. Let others think they can read you, but never give them the full picture. Half-truths, subtle smiles, deliberate silences, these are your tools. You don't need to explain your plans. You need to execute them so smoothly that explanation becomes irrelevant. The more they assume, the more control you gain. Never show desperation, never chase recognition, and never expose your private emotions to those who cannot comprehend your depth. People respect what they cannot easily access. You must remain slightly out of reach, visible but untouchable, present but private. That distance builds mystique, and mystique breeds respect. Every man who has ever risen to power has learned to wear multiple masks, not out of deceit, but out of necessity. You will become what the moment demands, a calm negotiator, a quiet observer, a confident leader, but beneath every version lies the same disciplined core. When your mind is anchored in composure, your exterior can adapt effortlessly. You can charm without losing control, intimidate without showing anger, and influence without force. The mask protects you from impulsivity and shields you from unnecessary conflict. It allows you to maintain leverage even when situations grow unstable. Never let anyone see you panic. Never let your tone betray uncertainty. The world takes cues from your demeanor. If you appear composed, they assume control. If you appear uncertain, they sense weakness. Your silence must carry authority, and your words must carry precision. Speak only when it elevates your position or protects your intent. When you do speak, speak slowly, clearly, with measured confidence. Let your tone communicate that you have already decided the outcome. This is how power is transferred, not through shouting, but through stillness that commands attention. You must craft your image consciously every day. The way you walk, dress, speak, and hold your gaze, all are extensions of your strategy. Perception is the invisible armor of kings. And remember, consistency and composure is more powerful than perfection in performance. People may doubt your methods, but they will never doubt your stability. Comment below, "I am calm, I am in control." Say it with intent, because when you learn to control how the world sees you, you no longer chase respect, you command it. The mask of control is your declaration that emotion serves you, perception protects you, and composure defines you. You don't fake strength, you demonstrate mastery. The world will test you, provoke you, and misread you, but your calm will remain untouchable. That is power. That is control. That is Machiavellian mastery. Number 7. The law of controlled ruthlessness, when mercy must die. Controlled ruthlessness is not cruelty, it is clarity. It is the discipline of doing what must be done without apology, hesitation, or emotional noise. Every great leader, warrior, and strategist in history understood this truth. There are moments when compassion becomes weakness and indecision becomes self-betrayal. The Machiavellian man knows that mercy has its place, but so does precision. Controlled ruthlessness is the ability to separate emotion from execution, to act decisively when others freeze under the weight of moral confusion. It is not about harm, it is about hierarchy. Life is a constant competition of wills, and those who lack the courage to act will always be ruled by those who possess it. Controlled ruthlessness is not about domination for ego. It's about survival, order, and advancement. It's the decision to cut away what weakens you, to remove distractions disguised as relationships, to end patterns that drain your energy and delay your evolution. Ruthlessness is simply the removal of hesitation. It's a scalpel, not a sword. It removes decay so strength can grow. When you make decisions, you must do so with finality. There is no room for guilt in the realm of mastery. Guilt serves emotion, clarity serves vision. You must ask yourself with every choice, does this action serve my long-term power, peace, and purpose? If it doesn't, eliminate it without hesitation. The controlled man does not destroy for pleasure, he refines for progress. He knows when to cut ties, when to walk away, when to say no, when to act with calm authority, even when it feels uncomfortable. The ruthless are not unkind, they are focused. They are not emotionless, they are efficient. When you operate from control, your ruthlessness becomes a form of protection, a filter that ensures your energy is never wasted on the undeserving. Understand this deeply. Not everyone is meant to stand beside you in your ascent. Some will love your potential, but fear your evolution. Some will call your boundaries arrogance because it exposes their dependence. Controlled ruthlessness is how you stay loyal to your mission when the world tries to distract you with sentiment. The weak will call it heartless. The wise will recognize it as sacred discipline. Never explain your distance, never apologize for your standards, and never feel guilty for choosing strength over sympathy. The world respects results, not reasons. The man who hesitates loses momentum, and momentum is the essence of power. To master this law, you must become decisive in thought, direct in speech, and deliberate in movement. Every no you say is a declaration of sovereignty. Every boundary you enforce is a wall that protects your empire. Mercy should be earned, not given freely. Give forgiveness when it aligns with growth, not when it excuses disrespect. Mercy without discernment is self-sabotage. The world tests you constantly, trying to see what you will tolerate. Controlled ruthlessness means you tolerate nothing that diminishes your purpose. You must be your own judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to weakness. Cut off laziness like a diseased limb. Eliminate excuses as if they were poison. Replace doubt with data and hesitation with precision. Every ruthless decision strengthens your inner authority. It reminds your subconscious that you are in command. Power begins when emotion ends. This does not mean you lack empathy. It means empathy is guided by logic, not impulse. A ruler must be fair, not fragile. A leader must be firm, not frantic. Controlled ruthlessness is the invisible law that separates the man who talks about greatness from the one who becomes it. It is the discipline of silent execution, the quiet, unwavering resolve to do what is necessary even when it's uncomfortable. You will face moments where people test your patience, question your motives, and challenge your control. Do not react. Respond with calculated calm. The truly ruthless man does not raise his voice. He raises his standards. His tone stays level, his eyes steady, his decisions final. He does not seek revenge. He seeks results. Revenge belongs to the emotional. Resolution belongs to the powerful. When you embody controlled ruthlessness, you become immune to manipulation. You are no longer swayed by guilt, opinion, or pressure. You decide. You execute. You move forward. The world eventually adapts to your firmness because strength is magnetic to those who secretly crave order. Comment below, I act with precision, not emotion. Let that sentence become your creed. Controlled ruthlessness is not about removing your heart. It's about aligning it with your higher purpose. It's the art of walking through chaos untouched, of staying loyal to your vision even when it demands sacrifice you cannot build. An empire by saying yes to everything. You cannot protect your mind by letting everyone in. You cannot evolve while dragging the weight of indecision. Your destiny requires discipline, and discipline sometimes requires detachment. Never mistake kindness for obligation. Be kind because you choose to, not because you fear rejection. That is the essence of control. Every action deliberate, every word intentional, every emotion mastered. You will learn to stand firm when others crumble, to walk away without bitterness, to cut ties without drama. This is controlled ruthlessness in its purest form, strength wrapped in silence, purpose guided by peace. Mercy is for those who respect your boundaries. Ruthlessness is for those who test them. When you master both, you become untouchable. Remember, the lion does not roar at insects. He simply continues walking. Be that lion, focused, fearless, final. Controlled ruthlessness is not darkness. It is discipline shaped into destiny. Number 8, the psychology of power, how to influence without force. Power does not always shout. Often it whispers. The strongest form of influence is not domination through fear, but control through understanding. The Machiavellian man knows that true power is invisible. It flows beneath the surface, shaping outcomes while others believe they are choosing freely. The psychology of power is not about aggression, it's about alignment. You must learn to influence without force, to direct energy without resistance, to bend minds without confrontation. Power begins with perception. Understand what people desire, and you gain access to their decisions. Every person you meet has a hidden code made of needs, fears, and ambitions. When you learn to read that code, you can predict behavior before it happens. The wise man doesn't fight people, he redirects them. He gives others the illusion of control while quietly guiding the direction. This is persuasion without pressure. You are not forcing outcomes, you are designing them. To master influence, you must first master self-awareness. You cannot control others until you control your own impulses, tone, and presence. The calm man is the anchor in chaos. People follow his stability naturally. The louder they become, the quieter you must grow. The moment you control your emotional state, you begin controlling the emotional state of everyone around you. People are psychological mirrors. They reflect the energy you project. When you are composed, they seek your approval. When you are detached, they chase your attention. The psychology of power lies in contrast. To the impulsive, your stillness feels like dominance. To the emotional, your neutrality feels like mystery. To the insecure, your confidence feels like authority. Use that awareness. Every reaction you evoke becomes a tool in your arsenal. But remember, never manipulate out of malice. Manipulate out of mastery. Your goal is not destruction, it is direction. You are not trying to control people. You are guiding their perception to align with your purpose. You do not argue. You frame. You do not plead. You position. You do not demand. You demonstrate. Influence without force is the art of psychological gravity, making people move toward you because they believe it was their idea all along. The Machiavellian man understands that power thrives on anticipation. You must always know what others want before they do. Study their language, their habits, their inconsistencies. People rarely hide who they are. They simply distract you with who they pretend to be. Listen beyond their words. Observe their rhythm, tone, and pauses. What they omit tells you more than what they express. Influence begins with curiosity, not ego. The one who asks the right questions controls the direction of every conversation. The one who listens with intention controls the flow of every exchange. When you listen deeply, people reveal themselves, and once they reveal themselves, they hand you the blueprint to influence them. Influence without force also requires timing. You must know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to withdraw. The impatient man forces outcomes, the strategist creates them. Patience is power disguised as stillness. You are not waiting, you are observing. You are collecting data until the perfect moment to move. Power is never hurried because urgency betrays insecurity. Slow decisions intimidate the impulsive. Calm words silence the chaotic. In every interaction, remember this truth. People respond not to what you say, but to what they feel when you say it. your tone, posture, and energy communicate more than logic ever will. Influence operates through emotional resonance, not verbal persuasion. Make people feel understood, and they will trust your direction. Make them feel safe, and they will follow your lead. Power is not imposed, it is absorbed. The truly powerful do not need to prove, they simply exist in a way that demands recognition. To influence without force, you must project certainty even when you are uncertain. Certainty is contagious. It shapes perception faster than facts. Never explain your confidence. Embody it. Confidence is not loud, it is grounded. The more centered you are, the more others orbit you. And remember, humility amplifies authority. The man who does not need validation gains it automatically. The one who does not chase attention receives it effortlessly. Influence is the balance between humility and dominance, empathy and precision, detachment and engagement. You will learn to speak with weight, act with intent, and listen with calculation. Your presence will become magnetic because you are no longer chasing outcomes. You are creating inevitability. Comment below, I move minds without force. Say it with conviction, because once you understand the psychology of power, you realize that leadership is not about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself so profoundly that others cannot help but align with your energy. Influence without force is elegance in motion. It is the mastery of subtle dominance, the quiet orchestration of outcomes, the invisible authority that guides every decision without visible effort. The world does not follow the loudest, it follows the most composed. And when you can command the room with silence, you no longer need permission to lead. You have become the gravity everyone feels, but no one can resist. Number 9. The code of detachment, emotional immunity, and unshakable focus. Detachment is not the absence of emotion, it is the command of it. The Machiavellian man understands that emotions are tools, not masters, and that control over them is the highest form of power. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is the ability to move through chaos without being absorbed by it, to feel deeply, yet act rationally, to remain unshaken no matter what the world throws your way. Most men react. The few who rise, observe. Detachment transforms reaction into reflection, impulse into intention, confusion into clarity. The detached man does not suppress emotion, he studies it. He examines every feeling like a strategist analyzing enemy movement. He understands that every emotional trigger is an opportunity to master his inner world. The crowd confuses numbness with strength, but the Machiavellian man knows that emotional immunity is not about feeling less. It's about controlling when and how you feel. He decides when to engage, when to disconnect, when to walk away. He knows that attachment to outcomes breeds weakness, because attachment gives power to uncertainty. The moment you need something, you lose leverage. Detachment returns it. It teaches you to desire without dependency, to care without being consumed, to love without losing identity. The code of detachment demands discipline. It means you do not chase approval because your validation comes from your own progress. You do not beg for closure because your focus is forward, not backward. You do not react to disrespect because silence is your retaliation and success your revenge. Every emotional storm passes when it meets a still mind. Detachment gives you that stillness, the kind that cannot be shaken by words, rejection, or betrayal. You will become immune to manipulation because you no longer operate from need. People can only control you through what you crave. When you detach, their influence dissolves. The Machiavellian man's calm is his armor, his composure, his fortress. He listens but does not absorb, observes but does not react, acts but never explains. Emotional immunity is not built in comfort. It is forged through restraint. You will train yourself to pause before reacting, to breathe before speaking, to assess before deciding. Each pause is a power move, each silence a statement. Detachment sharpens perception because emotion blinds judgment. When you are detached, you see truth without distortion. You recognize motives, patterns, weaknesses, not out of cynicism but clarity. This awareness allows you to play life like chess anticipating moves while staying 3 steps ahead. The world tries to pull you into constant reaction, politics, drama, validation, conflict, but you will remain centered, untouchable, focused on results, not noise. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care, it means you care correctly. You invest emotion where it multiplies, not where it drains. You focus energy on progress, not persuasion. The emotionally dependent seek comfort, the detached seek control. And control is freedom. You will not be swayed by flattery or shaken by insult, because both are equally irrelevant to your mission. You will operate with serene confidence, the kind that unnerves those addicted to chaos. People will try to interpret your calm as arrogance. Let them. Detachment is misunderstood by the emotional as ego, but in truth, it is mastery. It is choosing peace over validation, purpose over distraction, self-command over reaction. The detached man becomes magnetic because he radiates control in a world full of volatility. When others panic, he plans. When others gossip, he strategizes. When others beg to be understood, he simply moves forward. This composure creates psychological gravity. People begin orbiting your stillness. The less you need them, the more they seek your energy. That is the paradox of power. Detachment amplifies influence because it communicates independence. The more self-contained you are, the more others crave your presence. They can feel the difference between the man who seeks energy and the man who generates it. Be the latter. You are no longer emotionally reactive. You are emotionally selective. You decide what matters and what doesn't. Your focus becomes sacred territory, and you protect it like a king guards his throne. Detachment is the gatekeeper of that kingdom. Every distraction you ignore strengthens your empire. Every emotion you master expands your reach. Every temptation you resist fortifies your control. Comment below. My calm is my power. Say it slowly. Because once you live by this code, no one can provoke you, derail you, or define you. Detachment does not make you distant. It makes you deliberate. It allows you to move with purpose while others move with impulse. When you operate from detachment, nothing external can own your peace. You will act without fear, decide without doubt, and rise without permission. That is unshakable focus. That is emotional immunity. That is Machiavellian composure. Number 10. The Ascension. Becoming untouchable and reborn in power. The final stage is not survival, it is supremacy. Ascension is not about returning to who you were before the fall. It is about becoming the version of yourself that can never fall again. You have burned through failure, betrayal, and silence. You have rebuilt your foundation from the ashes of your old identity. Now, you rise, not loudly, but with the quiet confidence of inevitability. The Machiavellian man does not announce his comeback. He allows results to echo for him. You no longer chase validation because you have become your own standard. You no longer need approval because you have seen how temporary it is. You no longer seek belonging because you have learned that solitude is the birthplace of strength. The untouchable man is not free from challenge. He is simply beyond collapse. His composure cannot be bought, his peace cannot be disturbed, and his confidence cannot be shaken. He walks through chaos with the calm of one who knows he cannot be moved. Every scar has become armor, every loss a lesson, every rejection a redirection toward mastery. You no longer react to life. You orchestrate it. You have learned that power is not improving, but in positioning you influence through presence, not persuasion. You dominate through direction, not demand. The world bends subtly around a man who carries inner authority. This is the point where others start to sense something different about you. They can feel your stillness, your certainty, your self-command. They do not know what changed, but they feel the gravity of it. You have transcended the noise of opinion, and now your silence speaks louder than any explanation. The ascended man knows when to strike and when to stay still, when to lead and when to disappear, when to speak and when to watch in silence. He moves with precision, patience, and power. There is no rush, no desperation, no scattered energy, only direction. You are no longer reactive because everything that once triggered you has become too small to disturb you. You are not heartless. You are whole. You are not detached. You are disciplined. You have fused intellect with instinct, strategy with serenity, dominance with direction. The untouchable man no longer fights for peace. He carries it within him. He no longer fears loss. He trusts himself to rebuild. He no longer doubts his worth. He knows his value cannot be reduced by circumstance. Ascension is not an escape from struggle. It is mastery of it. It is the realization that life will always test you, but you will always remain unmoved. You have become the equilibrium in a world addicted to extremes. Comment below. I have risen beyond fear. Say it like a command, not a hope. You began with nothing. You faced everything. And now you stand as proof that destruction was merely the invitation to dominion. You have not just rebuilt, you have evolved. And from this point on, nothing external has power over you unless you grant it. You are untouchable, unstoppable, and reborn in quiet power.